Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, my name is Jen. Today's nail stamping theme is going to be all the fall things. So the brown you see is Candy Mayo 941 and the lighter tone is Candy Mayo 956. Now before I get started on that, I'll go ahead and share with you here what I currently have on my nails. So the base layer is Believe Beauty and Midnight Snack. So I'd mentioned a while back I had picked this up from Dollar General and it reminded me of a good fall color, so I decided to grab that. They were having like a really good sale. It was like $1.25. So I put that on first, and then I wanted to follow it up more. So there's some different colors of glitter you'll catch here and there. So one of them are KB Shimmer and Take It or Leave It, and this one has like little bits of red here and there. It's kind of like you don't see as much red as what you might think. When I see it in person I pick up the red, but this one is pretty similar in some sense to this one, so they have kind of like they blend a bit more. So then I decided to go ahead and grab this one, and that is KB Shimmer in Soul Amazing, because I really love glitters and flakies, and so that is why I have both of them. They have provide a different tone between the two. So that is what is on my nails. So I'm first going to go to Maniology MXM 153, and I want this image. So what I'm going to try to do is use the same brown, even though it's not a stamping polish, to pick it up and place it over this image. It'll all make sense as we go. And on these plates, when it has MXM, that's their box. So you can either get these through the subscription box, or they are now available on their website if they had any that were left over that didn't sell out. Okay, let's see if we can't make this work to get more polish. That's not gonna show quite as much as I thought. Just as far as it's not gonna go over as much, so I'm gonna have to make it do it myself. So I'm gonna pick it up a couple times to get it the way I want and be right back. Okay, so this is what I wanted, so I just went around until I got it the way I liked. Alright, the next plate is MXM 065. So also you can watch for sales or use a discount code. I'll always leave mine in the description box if you're interested. You can't use it on the box itself, but I have found that you can on the plates. So this one, I'm first going to go to this image. So I like a brown and gold together, and I'm kind of went through my golds. I'm hoping this one's going to show up okay. If not, I'll just switch it, but this one is Gold Rush B33. Let's see, did I say that enough? B333. I catch myself sometimes messing up my numbers. I don't realize it most of the time. At the time, it's later on I'll realize. So this one will not be reverse stamped. It's just going to go straight down. Okay, so I apologize. I had a quick last minute decision and swapped colors. I was trying to see, because I kind of felt like that other one, Gold Rush, was a bit too light. So I said, well, let me just try this one, but I decided to pick it up off camera in case I decided to go back to Gold Rush, but no. So this is Maniology's Cozy B350, and I definitely think it shows up much better. Okay, it's got a lot of little glitters, so you gotta make sure you get it all cleaned out of the images well. So I'm going to go with this one, and I am going to reverse stamp it. That's so pretty on that napkin. Oh my goodness. I do not like that pickup. Sometimes the metallics do struggle with the lines, so I'm definitely going to do this one again. Okay, so this is what's happened. That cozy color just does not like this image for some reason, so I went back to Gold Rush to pick this up. I'm hoping, now it picked everything up, but I'm hoping it's going to show up enough. I think I'm just going to see if Cozy will pick this one up or not. I really want to use this color, but I feel like I'm just wasting the polish trying to get that other image picked up. Again, sometimes metallics are like that. See, that doesn't want to do that one either. So I'm just going to go back to Gold Rush on this one as well. I think what the deal is that Cozy, for me anyway, I don't think it likes the ones with the lines. I think it must like the solids because it did pick this one up okay. And it's mostly a solid. So this one will be fine. I can work with it. It's just lighter. Okay, now I'm going to go to Maniology's Acorn B498 because I want to get this Scarecrow's hat and this one. I am going to skip that middle one. I can get these two on the same stamper, and I want to use the darker color so that I have a better outline for these two. So I'm going to turn it to the side. And then I'll take off those little areas right there in a second. I'm also going to do these two shirts. Those can also go on one stamper. I'm not going to skip them this time because I just want these two. And then I want the bottom pair of pants and the top pair of pants. Skip in the middle. Alright, so for the middle of the sunflowers, we're going to go to New Color 997. And hopefully everything will show up okay. I've just decided to do this tone instead of a dark tone for the middle, or darker is what I should say. Let's see, I think that's all of those. There is a couple of apples, so I'm going to LA Colors in Maryland. I cannot believe how far into November we are. Oh my goodness. Always goes so fast. I do have something fun I wanted to do coming up. I hope, at least I hope you'll think it's fun or entertaining or something. Try to do that soon. Don't know what that little thing is right here or right there. Okay, the rest of the sunflower we'll do Paparazzi Dandelion Fuzz. Y'all know, one of my faves. Are you already planning? I guess I shouldn't say already. You're smart if you already have, but have you planned anything for your Thanksgiving dinners? I have not. I need to kind of get myself together on all that. I don't like it, anything with the holidays to be stressful. I want it to just be about what it's supposed to be about and not you know, get overwhelmed and all that. Okay, this little last one I'm going to do off camera and be back. Alright, so I feel like, oh my goodness, if I can get all this polish to quit getting everywhere. I feel like there's some corn right here. So I'm going to go to Paparazzi Better Him Up. This one may not show up too great. And I mean against that background color, I'm sorry. Okay, for the big pumpkin, we're going to go to Candy Mayo 957. There is a little bit of difference between this one and Dandelion Fuzz. They do look very similar in the bottle. And also, I hope you're staying well, because the icks is going around everywhere. So many people are sick or getting sick. Alright, I'm taking Candy Mayo 961 for the corn's leaves, and there's some leaves around the pumpkin. So I'm holding my breath because I had an appointment yesterday, and there were several in there with a bad cough. So I was like, oh no, hope I don't get it. I mean, nobody ever wants to get anything. Now as I get this more together, I think maybe that is a piece of the pumpkin. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell until I get it going. Okay, there's two little things on here. Don't really know what they are. I'm just going to color them in with that lighter tone I used for those other two nails. Oh, forgot to color in that other piece of the pumpkin too. Okay, so there's one more flower on here right there. I'm going to go ahead and pull in Paparazzi Be Optimistic. Although I wasn't originally going to use this color, it's different than the sunflowers, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Also, I'd found a little bit more green there in the middle to cover, so I did that as well. And I was looking at the image to try to make sure I wasn't missing anything within here. There is a space on there. So as you turn it, you'll be able to catch the gold. Now the other gold would have been better, but since I couldn't get it to pick up correctly. Okay, so for the acorns, I'm just going to go back through some colors I've already been using on this image. So all the acorns will get this color. Some of them have a little bit of a solid on them, so I will just do the part, of course, it's not already colored in. Okay, and I'll do the others and be right back. Okay, I'm going to go to that Dandelion Fuzz color for one of these leaves. I'm going to try to get these two large ones on the nail, because this is going on the smallest nail. I also went ahead to do the one on the side here, just in case it makes it on there. So now I'm going back into that olive green tone. I'll do a couple of them in that color. I think I'm gonna do this one right here in it. Okay, we'll go ahead and do a yellow one. Decided to do the broader yellow because I think that lighter one is just a little bit too light. So I was looking at it against the nail. It looks like only this other one right here on the side is going to make it on, so I'll just do that in the yellow as well. So the gold is really pretty. It's just a matter of it actually showing up against the other, you know, once it's placed. Alright, so for our scarecrows, the bottom one I want to do in a yellow hat. I'm kind of acting like as if it's a lady scarecrow and the other ones are gentleman scarecrow. Now of course with this plate you have to piece it all together. So it does take a bit more time. And then we'll give him this hat, I think. Yeah, I'll do that because I started debating because of what deciding the colors I'm going to use on the rest of them. Man, it's been so cold here lately. I've been bundled up and now it's still cold. Okay, I see a little piece right there on the corner missing. Okay, let's do the bottom shirt in that green tone. I need to look and see, do they have hands? I can't tell if that's hands or if it's hay. So I'm going to leave those uncolored for a minute. See a little piece I'm missing. Alright, the top one, we're going to do Dandelion Fuzz. I feel like I can't talk much in between because by the time I get started into a conversation, then it's like time to move to the next one. Okay, I'm just going to take that light yellow for their whatever it is, hand or hay area. Let's see. It's kind of like paper dolls when you dress them up. I guess I should ask, how many of you know what I mean when I say that? Paper dolls. I remember having like sticker books and they would have some in there when I was little. So I'm just kind of, again, going back to colors I've already used instead of bringing in anything new. And the bottom one is going to be for her. I'm going to do the other orange tone for his. So I feel like his stick could be colored in, so I'll do that. And I'll also go ahead, at least on his I can see that there's like some hay stuff sticking out the bottom, so I'll go back to that same color I used a while ago for that. Alright, and I already went ahead and did this stick in that light tan. Alright, we're going to go back to this plate and we're going to want to get the circles for their face. So I wanted to kind of basically lighten up the middles to make the scarecrow show up better, because I felt like if they were just on the brown tone they wouldn't show up quite as much. So I'm going to use Grateful B484 for this portion. Let's see, I gotta decide too which one's going for the lady versus him. Oh, I know what I need. I needed a stamper. I was confused. I couldn't figure out what the heck I was doing. Also, I can tell these two, well, I'll show you in just a second. Put them on first. So these circled outlines, I can tell this bottom one is a textured one. So this one's more just plain straight circle, and this one has like a outlining to it, or like a different outline to it. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing to the other one and be back. So you wouldn't necessarily have to do the circle, but I'm going to go ahead. But I was looking to try to see, is there a difference between these, and I can, when I lift it up, I do see there's a little bit. This one appears a pinch larger than this one. So I'm going to take Acorn, that way we get the outline. And make sure I didn't get anything else on there to take off. Okay, same thing to the other one, be back. Okay, so let's go ahead and do their face. I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do this one right here for his. Keeping an Acorn. And I think I'm going to do that top one for hers. I'll go ahead and do it with you since it is a different look. Got a piece to take off at the bottom. So they've also got a couple of scarves on here if you wanted to add that. I feel like they don't necessarily need them, but I'll kind of just start placing the things and see what I think. So I'm going to start placing. I am still using this one. This is when I'm not using a matte top coat. I'm going to go ahead and start with the other images first, since those have had plenty of time to dry. Okay. I definitely would still like the other one gold better, but that's okay. It'll work. Let's see. I definitely want to try, like I said, to get these larger leaves on here. So that the Acorn color kind of is blended in. I'm just looking to see if I needed to add something, but it still got that gold up in there. Okay, we're gonna build our man scarecrow, so we'll do his hat first. So basically I took that clear coat and I put it around his head area and then down below him so that everything can just be ready to go. Now it's a matter of lining it up. And not getting the other one on there. Okay, and then his shirt is the green one. So I'm having to be very careful so I don't get her stuff on there, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, and then we'll do hers now. You know what, I do apologize. I realize because of like playback and everything that I repeat things. Like I use the word alright a lot, and so didn't really realize I guess that I did it as much until this. Well, she's not going to have any hair. I guess I knew she wasn't, but I didn't really think about it at the same time. I know that makes no sense. Okay, what did I do with her? Okay, now I've got to draw her some hair. She's got to have something there. Let's see. Also, I'm using my brush to kind of bring these pants up a bit. I think I got a bit too low. And then we'll give her some hair. Okay, I'm going to do the light yellow since I think we did, her hat's on that with the brighter yellow, I believe. Also, her, nope, this is blending in with that background. Hold on. So I'm just going to go back to the pants colored so it'll at least maybe show up. But the, I used two different colors for the face area and the shirt, but they are so similar, they're very blended in. This color ain't looking right either. It's blending too. Sis is gonna get mad now. So I think I must go ahead with that brighter yellow because it's got to show up. I didn't want it blended in. It just covered up that lighter stuff I did earlier, which defeated the purpose. Get a little bit of that off my brush so I can get this kind of looking more like some hair. Doesn't even look like a lady no more. Okay, I can't have it blending with her face, so I am going to take some of this green and just try to see if I can at least get there to be a little bit of a difference without covering up all those outlined lines. So I'm going to have to mess with it for a minute to get it to the way I want. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Not perfect, but it's gonna have to work. Alright, all the fall things. Who knows what I'm referencing when I say that? Yeah, I still do wish this cozy color would have picked up better for those. You can still see this, I just feel like this color just would look better with it. And I feel like our lady scarecrow just looks like a man now. I'm moving it around just so you could see the gold outline better. And I do feel like still that if I would have kept that brown tone on these two, I do think it would have been harder to pick up some of the details. But at the same time, I'm a bit iffy on them. I'm looking at the leaves now. I do greatly appreciate you watching. Thank you so very much. I will list the names of the plates and the stamping polishes I used in the description box. And until the next one, have a blessed day, friends. Bye.